A deer is feeding beside a trail. You step into view holding nothing but a phone. Before you even raise it, the deer locks onto your silhouette, turns, and disappears into the trees. I wasn't doing anything. From inside your own head, that's true. But the animal can't see your intentions. It can only see where you're moving, what you're focused on, the distance between you getting smaller, and a human shape associated with consequences far more dangerous than claws or speed. That's the strange part. Many wild animals can outrun or overpower an unarmed person, yet they may still be the first to leave. So what do they see when they look at us? Maybe not a hunter. Maybe a question they can't afford to answer too late.
The hiker does everything a person would consider reassuring. They stop walking, lower the phone, turn slightly away, and leave several yards of open ground between themselves and the deer. To the human, the message is obvious. I'm not chasing you. But the deer doesn't receive the message. It receives evidence. The direction of the body, the angle of the head, the sound of shoes on dirt, the distance to the trees, and whether the path behind it is still open. The peaceful intention exists only inside the person. Think of it as a note sealed behind the ribs. I mean no harm.
The animal can see the envelope, but it can't read what's written inside. So it has to choose before it knows. Behavioral ecologists describe this kind of decision as risk-sensitive predator recognition. The phrase sounds technical, but the rule is simple. An animal doesn't need proof that a threat is real before creating distance. It weighs what could happen if it stays. Leaving a harmless person may cost a few mouthfuls of grass. Waiting beside the wrong person could cost much more. That low threshold may look nervous from the trail. From inside the decision, it may simply be careful. Humans often miss this because we judge our presence from the inside.
We know there's a camera in the phone, not a weapon. We know this is a peaceful walk, not a hunt. We know the private story. The deer only gets the outline. The animal isn't judging your intentions. It's judging the risk of waiting. And that makes the human body strangely misleading. On our own, we're slow, soft-skinned, and almost unarmed. So how did this ordinary shape become a warning powerful enough to end the encounter before anything even happened? An antelope lowers its head at a quiet watering hole. Nothing moves near the bank. No one steps out from the trees. No chase begins. Then the sound of a calm human conversation drifts through the brush. The animal stops drinking. Its head comes up. Its ears swivel toward the voices. A moment later, it leaves the water. The voices mattered before the people ever appeared.
To a human listener, ordinary conversation sounds harmless. To the antelope, it may signal a category of danger whose consequences are still unknown. That creates two possible mistakes. The antelope can leave even though the people were harmless. It loses part of a drink, a little time, and some energy. Or it can stay when the people are dangerous. Those two mistakes do not carry the same cost. Behavioral ecologists study decisions like this through risk-sensitive predator recognition. In plain English, being cautious becomes more valuable when one mistake is merely inconvenient and the other could be fatal. Researchers tested this idea near waterholes in South Africa. Hidden speakers played lion sounds and recordings of people talking in normal voices. In that ecosystem and in that experiment, many mammals reacted more strongly to human speech, leaving more often or moving away more quickly. That doesn't mean every animal everywhere fears every person more than every lion. It means a calm human cue can carry far more risk than its volume or tone would suggest. Here's where the human body becomes misleading. We look slow. We have thin skin, small teeth, and no natural claws. But wildlife has never experienced only the human body. Human reach can include tools, coordinated groups, dogs, vehicles, traps, and knowledge passed from one generation to the next. A person sees one peaceful afternoon. The animal may be responding to a much larger pattern associated with the sound of people. This does not require a conscious memory of ancient hunters. That sensitivity can be inherited, learned through direct experience, picked up from other animals, or shaped by the local environment. The underlying rule is simple. Leaving too early may cost a meal. Leaving too late may cost a life. So when a human cue appears, putting distance between itself and the source can come before certainty. But that leads to the next question. If leaving humans early can be so useful, why do pigeons stroll between our feet? And why do squirrels keep eating beside crowded park benches?
A pigeon pecks at crumbs in a crowded plaza. Shoes pass within inches of its body. People talk over it. A stroller rolls by. The bird barely lifts its head. Then one person slows down. They turn directly toward the pigeon, look at it, and reach out. The bird steps back. The person did not become more dangerous in that instant, but the situation did. From a human perspective, this can seem inconsistent. The pigeon tolerated 50 strangers, then moved away from one harmless hand. But the bird may not have been trusting the crowd. It may simply have been tolerating a familiar pattern. Behavioral ecologists call part of this habituation. When the same cue appears again and again without a bad outcome, an animal may gradually respond less strongly to it. Passing feet become predictable. Distant voices fade into the background.
People moving through the plaza stop interrupting every mouthful. Then something changes. Direct eye contact, a sudden turn, a hand reaching down, less distance, a blocked escape route. The familiar background becomes a direct encounter. Habituation is not the same as trust. It's a learned adjustment to what usually happens. Some animals can make even finer distinctions. In studies led by John Marsloff, American crows learned to recognize human faces associated with threatening encounters and remembered them long afterward. That response could also spread socially, as other crows observed the alarm around those people. So the category is not always simply human. It can become this face, in this place, after this kind of outcome.